Good God afternoon, my great friends. In Jeremiah, God states that he has plans to prosper us.
I agree, and let's get to the prospering. We're to the final video of the personal clarity series, so hopefully you've at least got 1% more personal clarity. Once again, though, hit it again. Who am I? What am I here for? How do I do it? What matters the most? What matters the least? And I agree, Kaylee and I talk about this verse all the time. God does have plans to prosper us. But here's the deal. Thinking back to that dog video, it's critical right here. The dog just loves. We're meant to just love. So we've got to stop interfering with that love. That's what stops people from getting to the prosperity.
Yes.
12 years ago in the Tao Te Ching, which I encourage everyone to go through. It's not a religion, it's a way of life. It says, this guy wrote this, Lao Tzu, 500 years before Jesus. You have to practice the path of non-interference. God does have a plan for you. God loves you. But we have to stop interfering. So in today's video, Kaylee and I are going to cheer you up by having a funeral. But this funeral we're going to have, Kaylee, hold up our casket and show it to the old camera. This is the Bury the Lies casket. From the day you were born and started, you're in the womb, 9 months, everything's taken care of. And then the parents say, thanks, God, they're a beauty. Let me take it from here. Let's let the television take it from here. Let's let the divisive media take it from here. Let's let the lying culture take it from here. And we start to build up all of these lies in our life that hold us back from that plan of prosperity. We talked about it in an earlier video from last series of the false self. So Kaylee and I literally are going to take our Bury the Lies casket out into the yard when we're done. We're going to dig a hole. We're going to have a little session, and we're going to bury him once and for all. And then we're going to lovingly hold one another accountable to live out this plan that God has for us, a plan of prosperity. So before this, Kaylee and I wrote up some of the big lies that we have personally struggled with. And, maybe some are just kind of for fun, but you'll get it. So, Kaylee, what's the first lie that we're going to go out and bury in the yard today?
That I have to be like the Kardashians to be relevant.
That's a monster lie, and that show is a waste of time in humanity. It's about people who became famous for nothing. Great lie to bury. Throw her in the old casket. We live in this world right now with so much darkness, and so much negativity, and so much anger. This is one of the big lies I've struggled with. Not so much now.
Yes.
But I did, we've talked about it. This lie that so many people live with, it's that I can't make a difference. Because if you go out every day and just make a difference for one person, this world has been left a better place. What's your next one?
That I am stupid.
A lot of people believe that one. A lot of people believe that they're stupid or not stupid. I love our school system, but it's heavily flawed. I learn from observation. I learn tactile with my hands. So I came out of school, probably this was passed down a little bit, believing I was stupid. It turns out I'm a genius. You're all a genius. You've just got to bury the lie that the way the school system monitors your intelligence has anything to do with anything. So, great lie. This is one that I believed big time when I was 16 years old. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but once again, I don't struggle with this one now, but I thought a bunch of people that watched this would. I believed literally that I needed a nice car, that I needed to have a nice car for people to think I was awesome. And painful to admit this one, Kaylee.
Yeah.
I believed I needed a nice car for a girl to like me. I'd say, can you believe it? But you probably have. You probably could. So bury that lie. Your car means nothing. My wife and I, we literally share one car. It was very inexpensive because we care about the atmosphere, and it just doesn't mean anything as long as it gets us from point A to point
Yes.
B. What's the next lie that you need to be?
That I am ugly.
Bury it. Not even going to talk about it. I felt that one too. I felt, oh, if I don't have olive skin and black hair and brown eyes, that I'm ugly. I went around, always looking at whatever anyone else was and felt, insecure next to them. So I get it. This is a monster that a lot of people are slaves to. By the way, we're shooting this on Independence Day, and many people are slaves and prisoners to this one. I'm burying the lie that the opinions of other people matter, because they don't.
No.
If I ask 30 people, what do you think of John Donne? How many different answers do you think I'll get?
30.
That's right, 30. The only opinion that matters is the one of God. God loves me, and I love God, and live from that perspective. I love this next one. A lot of people believe this lie. This is what our channel exists for.
That I am not good enough.
What do you want to tell the audience about that one, Kaylee?
That you are good enough.
You are so good. You're great. You come from greatness. You attack greatness, but get rid of anything in your life that's not great. What do they need to do with what's not great in their life?
Weed it out of the garden.
If it's booze, drugs, porn, codependent relationships, get rid of them. Surround yourself with people that tell you how great you are. I have to bring this one up. I don't struggle with this one myself, but a lot of people don't believe that they can lead a happy life and a great life if they're not getting stone cold drunk on the weekend or getting high. And let me tell you, those are socially acceptable addictions, and they're not true. Whatever doesn't bring you alive is too small. Whatever brings you any sort of death is too small, and it's a lie that has to be buried. But the last one. This was the big game changer for me. A lie we all need to bury, and that was that God doesn't love me. Because God doesn't make mistakes. And God does have plans to prosper you. And God does love you. And God is within you. And God is within you because God does love you. God loves you by becoming you. And if you are willing to just live from that perspective, you will get so far out of the porta potty that your mind will be blown. And if you're confused about who God is or isn't, please send me a message. I will personally get on the phone with you. And we can start burying the lies of who God is. Because God's not some dictator who's angry up in the sky. He loves you and wants you to be more free than you've ever experienced your whole life. But to get to that level of freedom, we're here on the 4th of July. You'll watch this, though. It's probably going to be in September, I think. To only be free, you've got to bury that lie. Kaylee, how many people do we want to help bury the lies of their life?
This year, we want to reach 100,000 people, but in the future, we want to reach 10 million people.
Once again, we buried that lie that we can't make a difference. We've already made a difference in 21,000 people's lives. And we are not going to stop, because perseverance is a necessary skill to get out of the porta potty. But like Kaylee said, we're going to bury the lies. We're going to put them in the bury the lies casket. We're going to go do this out in the yard. Some of the neighbor people will probably think we're psychos. But since we bury the lie of their opinions matter, we don't care. And on a side note too, by the way, I got to throw this in. I told you earlier today. The old wifey poo said, when we get to 100,000 subscribers, that she would be on board for me to get a French Bulldog. So please, maybe even a little selfishly here, even though that's a porta potty behavior, please hit like, please subscribe, because Johnny and Kaylee, we want a Frenchie.
Yes.
And she may have said that she gets a Shih Tzu in that case too, and I can live with that because life is about compromise. But Love you all so much. We so appreciate your support. And, you know, a lot of people don't want to listen to us. They're like, who's John and Kaylee? But that's another lie. I mean, we've overcome an amazing amount of adversity in our lives, and we want to just pay it forward, and that's it. And we love you, and we'll see you next week.